The silence in the archive of unspoken words was not empty. It was heavy, like the air before a storm. Elias was a linguistic salvage officer. His job was simple: sit in a room with a dying man and catch the words he was too afraid to say while he was living. In the year 2084, humanity had perfected the neural filter, a chip that prevented people from saying anything that might cause unnecessary social friction. No insults, no admissions of forbidden love, no radical ideas. But as the brain shuts down, the filter flickers. "He's ready," the nurse whispered, gesturing toward bed 402. The man in the bed was Julian, a retired architect. For 80 years, Julian had been a model citizen. He had never raised his voice, never argued, and never confessed to the woman in the apartment next door that he had spent 40 years memorizing the way. She took her coffee. Elias activated the transcription field. "Go ahead, Julian. The filter is off. Say what's left." Julian's eyes snapped open. They weren't hazy. They were bright, with a terrifying clarity. "I hated the blue," Julian rasped. Elias paused, his stylus hovering. "The blue? The sky? The great civic hall?" Julian whispered. "Everyone called it a masterpiece of serenity. I designed it. I told the committee it represented peace, but every time I looked at it, I wanted to scream. It wasn't peace, it was a shroud. I wanted to build it in a jagged, violent red. I wanted it to hurt to look at. I wanted people to feel something other than fine." Elias typed. Subject felt aesthetic resentment toward primary career achievement. "And Sarah," Julian continued, his voice gaining strength, "I didn't just love her, I envied her. I envied the way she could sit in silence without feeling like she was being erased. I spent my whole life being polite because I was terrified that if I were honest, there would be nothing underneath the politeness but a vacuum." He grabbed Elias's wrist. His grip was surprisingly cold. "Do you know what the most dangerous lie is, son?" Elias shook his head. "It's the one you tell yourself so often that you forget it. A lie. We think the filter protects us from each other. It doesn't. It protects us from ourselves. It keeps us from finding out who we are. Because who we are is usually messy and loud and deeply, beautifully improper." Julian's chest gave a final, shuddering heave. "I spent 80 years being fine. What a waste of a soul." The monitor flatlined. Elias stood up and looked at his tablet. The transcript was full of friction. By law, Elias was supposed to hit the purge button, leaving only a summary. Subject expressed minor career dissatisfaction and personal regrets. He looked at the word red. He looked at the word vacuum. Elias looked at the camera in the corner of the room, the eye of a society that valued harmony over truth. Then, he did something he had never done in 10 years of service. He hit send to public domain. As he walked out of the hospital, Elias felt a strange, prickly heat behind his ears. The filter, trying to suppress the sudden, overwhelming urge to walk up to a stranger and tell them that their hat was ugly, their laugh was infectious, and that he, Elias, was absolutely terrified of the dark. He didn't say it, not yet. But for the first time in his life, he didn't want to be fine.